are you? It's Ching. It's Qigong Day, right? But we are stepping into Taiji Chuan. So what's Taiji Chuan? What is that meaning? Right? In the Chinese word, it's a Chinese word, of course. And Taiji is actually one form of Qigong practice. So Qigong is this big category, right? You guys have learned the Qigong. I been introduced the contemporary Qigong developed by me. There's a lot of other Qigong, but I just like to share what I have learned and created something. So anyway, those are previous one. So they both had a similar idea to do everything very, very slowly. So last week we talked about cardio qigong, right? So qigong you can we call it heart qigong, cardio qigong, running, spinning. Those are qigong too because you do generate energy. You get your heart health, right? And then you have soft and hard qigong, which we call it. The mind have to step in memorization. That's involving phrase of a movement, right? Dancing, you're a choreographer, you dance, you have to remember the whole, otherwise you can't standing on the stage and go blank, right? Some of the martial art, and you have to learn phrase of movement, gymnast too. And so a lot of things, the mind have to step in and you constantly moving. So the mind body harmonize together, soft and hard. The soft qigong is the one I've been teaching and more, right? So because it's less to see and there's a lot of detail to it. So what does a qigong really mean is there's 3 ways generate qi, which is energy. The 3 way is what from the yin yang symbol, break it down. You need to know how to do breathing, breath work, right? Because if you don't breathe 10 minutes, you'll be gone. So breath work, how to breathe properly, how to learn cultivating breath work to help you to charge up the brain cell and all your internal organ. Every single cell in the body needs oxygen. So breath work is really important. So you have people say 1 trillion, people say 30 trillion, whatever. And it doesn't matter. You have a lot of cells in your body, all need oxygen. That's first thing. And then nutrition, right? Instead of eating junk food or just eat, you prepare your food, have a nutrient property too, so your body can convert that into energy so you can exercise. So between the breath and the nutrition, help you to exercise. You want to exercise because you feel good. Then guess what? When you exercise, your body become rechargeable battery. It also charge up energy for you. The energy you can charge up even better. You don't spend it right away. You get really tired and you drop dead, right? So that's when you're young, right? Young and restless. Go home, and then you sleep until tomorrow morning, which is fine. You can do that when you're young. But when we get older, right, you start thinking, how can I preserve energy so I can live longevity, long time? So that's a slow, soft movement come in. So Taiji, Tai is mean, some of you already know, right? Grand. Ji is ultimate, right? So grand and ultimate is the grand ultimate. Everybody have grand. What's the grand ultimate, right? So this is all from my mentor, Dr. Yang Zhiming, and I will show you. I give you a little. I show you the cover of it. Book. So that's probably the best Taiji Chuan book ever, and you can study forever. So that's like a reference, huge reference Bible Taiji Chuan book for you, and for me, right? So, and grand ultimate. So when you look at the grand universe, right outside your window, and even here, the grand universe. We're living in the grand universe, and when everybody say there is a power there, right? So we kind of refer God, right? The God, and many religion has their own God. I do too, and I'm a Christian, so we talk about God, how He created Earth, all this stuff, and try to combine with the science. It's fine. We're not gonna go there. And so what happened? Also, we talk about this. Your body is a small universe. Okay, the small universe. So there's a God out there in the grand universe. So what's the who, where, what part of your body is the God of this small universe, right? you probably know already, is this, right? Your brain cell. So your thinking, your mind, so people say, have a positive mind. Your mind can change everything. Your beliefs create your true belief system. The best thing is why I'm still going back to do and exercise. Make sure yourself strong, so your immune system can protect you. It's already in. It's already in. It's built for us. We just don't know it. Once you know, it's so good. So Tai Chi is mean the mind. Chuan is mean empty fist. So you can do Taiji Chuan with nothing in your hands, because there's also Taiji sword, Taiji sable, Taiji staff, Taiji ball. There's all kinds of Taiji. Why is that? Because it's actually come from martial art. So you heard Taiji Chuan is actually the application from martial art and done very, very slowly. So those martial masters are quite smart, like I say, right? When you're 40, you just can't do all this jumping, leaping. I was a dancer too. My hip hurts so bad. All the high impact jumping, leaping, my knee hurts. And you say, okay, I beat up myself. I really don't like all this pain. I don't want to live with the pain. I still have a lot of life, right? I want to live happily without pain. How can I preserve and recover and heal from all these injuries? You do have choice. So don't get so stubborn. That's why I call it insightful Taiji Chuan. Insightful movement is Taiji Chuan. Meaningful movement is Qigong. Those are ageless exercise. You want to start anytime. Eating rainbow color, so you have a lot of choices, because it takes that long to understand. If you want to play Beethoven music, right? Same thing. You have to start from ground up with the 7 notes first, piano and any other instrument. Slowly, it's a lifetime study. Without patience, it's really hard, right? You can quit very easily. But if you understand, that's why I talk so much. I want you to understand where it comes from. Why is there? Do you like it? Do you want to? If you don't, if you just copy and being led, the interest will be lost very quickly. So the benefit of doing everything slowly, the first thing, it's keep creating opportunity to learn. So we call it neurogenesis. Your brain cell live longer than your life. But if you don't use it, you lose it, but it's there. But if you use it, it charges up, it wakes up. That's how amazing. So you don't want to say, I'm growing old, I'm losing my mind. Yes, you let it lose your mind. Don't let yourself lose your mind. It's really easy to do. And gaining back is hard, but you're the only one can do it, okay? So, and also you can, right, recharge your energy. So you have we call it recharge your battery. So you have stored energy. You can, right, throughout the day, you don't get tired so quickly. And so basically, to practice Taiji Chuan, there's 3 things for you, like a lot of 3. The 3 things you have to focus on. First thing is breath work. I love to use the reverse down the breathing, because it works very well with the second principle, spine movement. So the reverse down the moving the spine very well to massage the whole internal organ. See how much benefit goes in there, right? And last thing is rooting. Rooting actually should be before, but let's talk about rooting at the end, because these 2 keep you alive. And then the rooting. So you don't flying around light. It's actually ground, right? If you see the jump, I taught dance, so if you see the dancer to jump up, leap up in the air, it's why they push. They understand what rooting is. They use the ground, they push, they fly up. Nobody's up there taking you up. That would be great, but it's not, maybe on the moon. So there's no gravity. And so rooting are so important. So today, I will inject a little bit more each time, but that's enough for today, right? Theory. And get Dr. Young's book, okay? my book and my video, I'm gonna put it end screen for you to see the whole 130 movement, the whole thing, so you see how the spine's moving, how the rooting, how you use your feet. It's very important because a lot of time I hear people say do Qigong Taiji Chuan, okay? They hurt their ankle and the knee because I'm gonna teach you how to use it properly so you don't create injury, so, okay? There are 8 basic stance, which I taught already for, is the same with Qigong and Taiji Chuan. Okay, remember that that's in the same family. So we're just gonna go through the first 3 today with the spine movement. And then gradually we're gonna teach just the first part. The movement gets a little more complicated and I have to turn around all the time because changing direction. So truthfully, what I can really teach virtually is the first part. Okay, at least we get the foundation. If you really have interest, come to the studio when times open up, when you can travel, and you take the class with me, and I can give you corrections. You can see I have a mirror in the studio too. You can see, you can correct yourself. Then you go home, continue practice with the video, right? You keep practice and then you can come back to learn the second part, maybe the next year, however you want. Then so take maybe a little while, couple, 2-3 years, learn the whole thing, then I do reverse. So it's like playing Beethoven, right? You can't start playing Beethoven. You have to start playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, okay? Practice piano song, right? Or the flute, whatever. We're not gonna jump. If you jump, you still have to come back to get the foundation. Okay, so here we go. The first one, stance, you know already, is horse stance. You see it, right? It's like horse stance, riding a horse. So you're sitting upright. With the 5 checkpoint first, right? I'm standing here. I'm going to suspend my head from above. Some light. Engage your first responder. I bend both knees. I put my weight on the left leg. I slowly lift my right foot off. I'm going to balance already. It's not easy already. Slow is not easy. Then I open. So that's, in dance we call it second parallel position, but it's a horse stance. I'm going to come back. Shift your weight back and return. And standing up. I'm going to try this side now. Inhale. So you have plenty to practice. Transfer weight to the right leg now. I slowly peel, right? Articulate my foot off the floor. I stay right here. I take it out to the side. Transfer your weight right to center. I'm going to bend my knee and flex it. See? Flex from my hip, not from the waistline, okay? So your spine's neutral. I turn sideways, you can see. So my spine's straight. I'm going to keep that and right here. So I'm not here and I'm not here, right? If you ride a horse like this or like that, if you the horse running, it's different in the question. So if you start running, you're going to hurt your back pretty bad. So you got to use that first responder. Prepare right on the sit bone so you're sitting and the quads right here. That's your hip flexors, total release, and nice and tall. And your knees forward, okay? The most important thing is, remember the 5 checkpoint? 3, 1, 2, 3. The arch is always lifted. The arch of foot is designed to stay suspended. So that arch can keep the weight strong, hold the whole body weight, right? So when I go to horse stance, I'm not gonna drop my knee in and arch. That's when you're creating trouble. Your meniscus is gonna overly pinched, right? So now my toes forward, my knee forward, engage your abdominal, that's your horse stance. Okay? So you ready? We'll try again, okay? So shake it out. So engage your abdominal nice and tall, 5 checkpoint. I bend both knees. I slowly peel this one's stabilized. I take my leg wider than my shoulder, and I articulate toe ball, heel come down, transfer a little bit, so I'm in the center. I go down a little more. Okay, once you're here, put your hands here and here, the end of sternum and tummy. We add this breath and spine movement with the reverse abdominal breathing. Stay rooting. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy in. Exhale, root it down. The spine energy goes up. Inhale again, inner side pelvic floor, tummy, contract a little bit. You open the lumbar and exhale. We do 5 breaths here. So you keep strengthening that quadricep. Inhale. If you have followed me with the Qigong, your quadricep should be pretty strong by now. But doesn't matter. You're still going to use this as a warm-up because you lose very quickly if you didn't do it for 2-3 days, right? One last time. And inhale. So there's always a nice warm-up, and exhale, return. Okay, put your hands down, shift your weight, bring that leg back in, put it down. Okay, I'm going to take it to the other side, but I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my spine. So once your transfer weight wider than your shoulder, I'm going to step a little bit. Okay, so now I can see my spine a little better. Okay, so ready? I'm in the horse stance. You ready? 5 breaths. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy in. I articulate my spine, rooting down. Exhale, root down a little more. I'm extending my thoracic spine. Inhale, hollow your tummy comes in. And exhale. There's no scapula movement. Inhale again, tummy in. So I'm moving the spine. Exhale, release out. When you feel the inner side pelvic floor first responder, you're going to feel that lumbar. Okay, there are 5 lumbar vertebrae. If you put your fist like this, thumb up, okay, so you're going to feel you open the L2 and 3. There's a pressure point called it, and acupuncture point too, called it movement, gate of life. So you pull your tummy, you massage the internal organ, and open that area. Sink, right, root it down, deepen the rooting, deepening, arch your foot still lifted, and you go into the extension. Don't use your head. Your head follows, okay? If you use your head, you lost the most important, called the dantian too. Dantian means elixir field, where the battery is, true battery, right here. The false battery is the muscle, the layer of muscle. The true, you're going to store it into inside a small intestine area. For women, we know the uterus, okay, and the small intestine, that area, so that's where the baby, the life starts, right? So really very strong energy in the true dantian deep inside. That's where you store the energy, okay? So that's the first one, that's the horse stance. Okay, so I'm going to the horse stance. The second one we'll call the arrow stance. Then we're going to learn 4-6 stance. In order to change direction, remember I say Taiji Chuan change a lot, direction a lot. So I'm going to pivot and I pivot. I do this way, I'm facing northeast corner, and I shift my weight to the front leg. So that's called an arrow stance. Like an arrow, you're going forward. So it's actually called forward lunge, a couple names for, or climbing the mountain called 登山步. It's like you're hiking, you go hiking. Big rocks, right? Push yourself up and push up. Now, same thing you can see, climbing the rock climbing, right? So they're so strong. Rock climbing is actually really good exercise because you have to be what? Flexible and strong at the same time, right? And very dangerous, right? So make sure you're strong first and flexible. And ready? Here you go with an arrow stance. So I'm going to do this way. You can looking at just there. That's the arrow stance. Okay, now we're going to go right into the 4-6 stance because it connect so well. Otherwise, you can just stand here, right? So I'm contract, I'm push the front leg. I hollow my tummy. I shift my weight, my weight to the back leg now, a little less here. Okay, I'm going forward again. So when you're in the arrow stance, the front leg has about 70% of your weight. This has 30. So you don't see my back leg straight, right? Now I'm locking. Because it's martial art is actually teaching you self-defense. If you're strong in self-defense, people don't pick on you. That's what we should teach to how to deal with the bullies, right? So yes, but when I'm not encouraged fighting, so you don't offense all the time, you self-defense. Self-defense is so much harder. Why? You have to read the other person's mind first. What he's going to, what she's going to do, and you know how to react to it and cool everything down. Or accelerate it a little bit, then cool everything down, right? Because they trust you, they say, okay, I'm not that stupid to pick on her or him. Okay, so from here, so that's the arrow stance. Okay, so why 70 and 30? So I can pick it up, I can change things right away, right? So I'm here, I locked. When you lock, they push you, you fall, right? But it's here, they want to push me, yeah, okay, it's fine. Oh, I'm back, and I can forward. Okay, so you have to be flexible. So from here, so this arrow stance, 70, 30, I push the front leg. As soon as I push the front leg, my arch is lifted. The energy comes all the way out. You should feel it. All the way to your pelvic floor, hollow your tummy, open the movement. Now, this is 4-6 stance, right? 60%, 40%, same thing. So I come back, I can kick, I can change, I can kick, or I can turn around, do something else, right? So you have opportunity to move. You don't get stuck. Okay, so from here, so those are 3 movements, 3 positions we're going to learn today. So ready? Arrow stance. Contract your abdominal, hollow your tummy into the 4-6 stance. Push the back leg going forward. Okay, I'm put my hands here again. I'm going to gentle pelvic floor, hollow tummy, open the movement. Remember, breath, reverse it down the breathing, spine movement, and rooting. So I'm rooted down. As soon as you're down, you push right back. You're not wasting that energy. Inhale, going back. So let's reverse it down the breathing. Exhale, pushing forward. Inhale again, reverse it down the breathing. Exhale. I'm not going to add the arm movement to it yet. I really want you to feel how to connect with the Mother Earth. And last one, inhale and exhale. How do I change in direction? Remember with the Taiji Chuan move, orientation change? So when I go like this, I shift back, I can pivot. I always move the leg, doesn't have weight. So I'll put weight here, I pivot on the heel because I want to go that side now. So I pivot just enough, I'm right here. Okay, so now I'm face you first so you can see. Okay, so now the front leg, this arrow stance where I'm facing you. Can you see this leg slightly turning in? This leg slightly turned out. So it's kind of point diagonally. This is better than this. You see why? You're going to feel the inner thigh more from the, and also you cover, you protect your groin area. You don't want anybody kick you there if you're guys, right? Also, if somebody kick you, push you, you can come up and protect yourself, right? So you're slightly turning in, you never straight or open, right? That's not self-defense anymore. You already defend. This one slightly open, both arches lifted. So now if I going back, I have a weight here, I push, I collect, I don't waste energy. Come in, hollow your tummy to the back, and I push forward. So you can see it's like the ping pong, right? You know the ping pong machine, but slow motion. Boom, boom, right back, boom, right? Push boom forward. So it's like you hit the, you know, ping pong hit the rubber, right? So here we have energy. So energy is kind of like that rubber. So I'm facing this way now. Okay, so ready? You can see I'm put my hand back so you can see better my spine. Push back, inhale, looking forward, exhale, don't look down. Push from the front leg, inner thigh, pelvic floor comes back. And you push forward. Okay, inhale. So we'll call this rocking set. So rocking back, you're rocking forward. So this has breathing, spine movement, and the rooting. Inhale. See my head follows. I got a correction from Dr. Yang. Dr. Yang said, you have a forward head. I said, no, I don't. I do. It's not fun when people call that out because I teach not to have forward head all the time to my client. So I said, oh no, I got a correction from my teacher and pushing back. So you don't want to use the head. Can you see that? Right, because you really don't want to fight with your neck. Maybe giraffe does, but not us, okay? So hollow your tummy goes in and push out. And hollow your tummy goes in. Okay, now we're going to do one more set. So I'm shift my weight back so I can pivot. So I'm moving the legs that's not having weight. Now I put my weight here so I can turn a little bit, just enough. So you have this with challenge appropriate session. Where are you going? How much movement you need to do to adjust yourself, right? To changing directions. 2 more times. Inhale, reverse the downward breathing. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Shift your weight, pivot. I'm going to the northwest corner and arrive. And inhale. Push, exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale softly. Push forward. Feel the energy from the arch your foot. Don't drop the arch. That doesn't look good, right? Comes in. Let's do one more time. Okay, now I'm going to turn back to the horse stance. I say I'm turning back to horse stance. See, I know exactly how much, and coming back. Then you say, no, I want to come back to 5 checkpoint. So you can transfer weight either way, right? So you say, okay, I'm going to bring my left leg in. Slowly, slowly, put it down. Slow is so challenging. It's so good for increase the balance, right? People say, I fall all the time. I love to teach them Qigong, Taiji Chuan, help them to find first responder first. So I'm going to put an end screen of the whole, right? Like I say, 113 movement of the classical Yang style Taiji Chuan, which I have learned from my mentor, Dr. Yang Junming. And if you get a little bored to watch this, look at the end screen to see the whole thing. Just get the idea. And if you have practiced Taiji Chuan before, maybe Chen style or Wu style, or the contemporary style, which is 24 movement, and you know they took the spine movement out, they took the reverse the downward breathing out, they took a lot of things out. So no problem. And they have their meaning too, but I can only teach you what I know, right? So what I think it's really important, and not to delete it, okay? So you can always relearn and learn something new, because, as I said, we are connecting the grand universe here, right? So that's your central nervous system. That's mean you have to move the spine to, right, charge up the body. The spinal, cerebral spinal fluid is your fountain of the youth. If your spine stiff and you're doing Taiji Chuan with, right, with just the arm, without thinking your foot position, the spine movement, all this comes in, right? So the neurogenesis, circulation, fountain of youth, rooting. So all these great benefits are, a lot of benefits I can't even say anymore, but I don't want to say them so you're thinking, and I'm responsible for that. I teach you. If you don't do it, it doesn't work. If you want to make it work, you have to keep practicing, and the result will come little by little. And then all of a sudden one day you say, I love how Beethoven write his music, right? I always loved it. Now I understand so much better. That's the whole thing. Keep digging deep, okay? Thank you so much. Take good care.